Hello, students. Today we will see various formats of business correspondence. So, what is a business letter? So, a business letter is a formal document often sent from one company to another or from a company to its client, employees, or stakeholders. For example, business letters are used for professional correspondence between individuals as well. Now, what are the sections of a business letter? Each section of your letter should adhere to the appropriate format, starting with your contact information and that of your recipients. So it will begin with salutation, then body of the letter, closing letter, and finally your signature. Now we will see what is salutation. Now salutation we use uh, if we are not sure specifically whom we are addressing, we write it as to whom it may concern. Now, if it is a formal salutation like dear, we know whom we are writing, but we don't know the recipient's name or we know only the last name, so we write it as dear or Mr. And if we know and if we have any informal relationship with the recipients, we write it as dear first name. Now coming to the body of the letter. So next we will see what is the body of the letter. When we are writing the body of the letter, we will use single space line with added space between each paragraph after the salutation and before the closing. And we should always justify the letter to the left side. Now coming to the closing salutation, we keep closing paragraph to 2 sentences simply to reiterate the reason for writing and thanking the reader for considering our request. Some good option for closing includes respectfully yours sincerely, cordially, and respectfully. So this is how we can close a letter. If our letter is less formal, we can consider writing like all the best wishes, thank you, regards. We can write regards. And then we have to put our signature at the end. Now coming to the various steps in the letter. The first one is the letterhead. Most companies have specific letterhead that will need to type letters, may make it necessary to adjust the margin so that words are not printed out of the letter areas. Next is the name and address. So always try to have the name of someone that the letter should go to, and you have to call to find it out. If we are not very sure of the name and address, we can call them. Next is the date. This is the date that the letter is pinned. It should be written out such as July 23rd to 2020. So it should be written like that. Next is the reference. This gives a short description of what the purpose of letter is. For example, maybe the invoice or account number or something like that, we have to put the reference number. Next is the salutation. So we have already discussed what is salutation. If you are not knowing the person, use the formal one such as doctor first name or the doctor last name. Next is the subject matter. There should be a single space and left justify for modified block or block style letter, and have one blank line between the paragraphs. The first paragraph should have a friendly opening and state the purpose of the letter. And subsequent paragraph should support the purpose of the first paragraph. Next is the closing letter. Now, this should be thank you sincerely or something similar to that which we have already seen. Next is the signature. This is the signature of a person who is writing the letter. And then we have the enclosures. So if we have anything else to be sent with this letter, such as brochures or sample, etc., we can include the list of it. Now coming to the official letter. Now what is an official letter? So any official letter is also known as a formal letter. It's a document professionally written for company or business professional. So they can be used when applying for jobs, or expressing interest in job position or thanking someone. So official letters are often written simple and direct sentences. So they can be like expressing your opinion, but that should be in a very concise format. Now, what are the different types of an official letters? So the first is the resignation letter. Now, when an employee leaves their current position, they may give a resignation letter to the employer or hiring manager to explain their reason for leaving and to develop a plan for the transition process. Next is the cover letter. So writing a cover letter is the most common use for official purpose. So applicants write cover letter when applying for a new job position, grant program, educational program, something like that. We go in for the cover letter. Next is the complaint letter. So complaint letter, many individuals or company may use an official letter to express a complaint with the product or service. An employee may be asked to complaint letter on behalf of a company who is dissatisfied with the product use. Next, we can look at the thank you note. So after a job interview, an applicant may write a professional thank you letter to express their gratitude to the employer, or even after using any product or having a cordial relationship, we can go in for the thank you note. Then letter of recommendation. When an applicant is applying for a job position, the institute may ask for a letter of recommendation. So writing a letter is often someone who worked closely with the applicant and is looking for a better position. Business announcements. Companies who are expecting a significant change will write a letter that is released to the public. This can be an announcement for filling for a leadership role or explaining the upcoming event they are hosting. So here I have a format of the recommendation letter. Now here I am mentioning the date of the recommendation letter, and as I don't know who is the person to whom I am writing, I mention it as to whomsoever it may concern. And I recommend a person for a better position, or I may recommend a student for a higher studies. So this is the body of the letter, and then I close the letter using sincerely and the address of a person or the company from where it has been sent. Now coming to the memorandum, whenever we are writing a memorandum letter, we have to be aware of the strict format that memos stick to. So usually it begins with a bottom line statement or the statement of exact purpose. So memos are extremely short, to the point, and they use a business line tone. So memos usually are short bits of information that gets to the point quickly and inform or announce or request something. So the term memo and memorandum can be interchangeable. So there is no need for a signature line or any other formal ending or closing that letter requires. Sometimes the person whom the memo is from will initial next to the name on the memo to indicate that they have approved it before it has been distributed or posted. So we'll look into the format of a memorandum letter. This is a format of a memorandum letter. Now, we write a memorandum letter to all the staff or particular group of people. So we use the memorandum letter. So here I am writing it is to all the staff members, from whom it is going and the date, and what is the topic of this letter. So here it is a tax update. So I am giving an information to all the staff members that it is important for each staff member to reach the accounts department, and as there is a new deduction process going on and they need to fill up the form, they need to provide the proof of it. So what are the proof they have to provide? It has been mentioned over here. So this is how the recommendation, this is how the memorandum letters are written. Now we'll see what is an official letter. So the best way to express an opinion to others through an official letter. So this is a professional way to explain yourself while using simple or concise sentence to avoid taking up readers' time. So official letters follow a specific structure and format that must be maintained throughout the entire document. So the official letter is also known as the formal letter, and it is a document professionally written for another company or business professional. So it can be for applying a job, issuing a complaint, or you're showing an interest in a job position or thanking someone. So it is usually written using simple or direct sentences with formal greetings, and signature is included, and there is a very structured and specific format. So let's see into an example of official letter. An example of the official letter. Now here first we are mentioning from whom the letter is going and to whom the letter is going. Then this is the salutation, and this is called as the body of the letter. So I am writing to inform you my resignation from company name and when we are going to resign. So this is something like resignation letter. Then we are writing the closing salutation. So this is called as a closing salutation. And who is writing this letter? And these are called as the enclosure. So I am enclosing what are the list of projects I have and when I am supposed to complete it. So this is going to be called as the official letters, and it is usually going to be in this format. Now next we will see what are the letter of order sample. So suppose if we are going to order something to any other company, how do we write a letter to get an order sample? So here is a address. So here we mention the address to whom we are addressing, to the company where we are writing, to whom we are writing, the address of the company. And this is called as the salutation. So I know the first name of a person. So I write, Dear Mr. Mankini. This is how we start. And this is what is the body of the letter. So this is what I require from that particular company. So I'm ready to purchase something from that particular company. So I give a purchase order and I require a sample of it. So I'm telling that I attach to this letter, find the shipping method, receiving address, all those details I am giving to the company. And this is the closing salutation and the person who is writing this letter. Next, we will see how to write a letter of order and acknowledgement sample. So this is a letter where I have placed an order and how to receive an acknowledgement. That is how to know that they have accepted my letter and giving me a sample. So here the company who has received my order, they are giving me a thank you note or they are giving me an acknowledgement. So hello, it's an informal way. Maybe the relationship has been built up, so we can write the salutation as hello. And this is the body of the letter. So here I am giving a thank you note. Then I'm telling that what is the purpose of for me to write this letter and what are the things that have been ordered. I have given a list over here. It can be put in the tabular column as well. And then I close this letter. So this is how we can write an acknowledgement letter, giving a reference to whatever has been told in the previous letter. Next, coming to the circular letter format, announcing a change in the premises of a business. Suppose if we want to circulate a letter to all our clients stating there is some change in our business formalities, we use this method. So here also we are going to follow the same thing, that we are going to tell company name or the from whom who is writing this letter, and it is a general letter where I am writing to all the valued customers. So I put it as a general note and we tell what is the purpose of our writing this circular or this letter, why I am writing. So I'm giving a very great explanation of what is my purpose of this letter. And then because it is a circular letter to my customers, so here it has been signed by a person or the manager of the company who is in charge of this correspondence. So this is how we write a circular letter. Now coming to the endorsement letter. Now endorsement letter is a particular terminology that indicates that some person has agreed to promote a brand. Anybody cannot be chosen for endorsement. For example, when you are making a sales of a product, you can ask a brand ambassador to endorse it. So somebody else like Bachchan family or Amitabh Bachchan is endorsing for a product. So that is called as the endorsement. So when there is an endorsement or promotion of a brand, we write it as an endorsement letter. So here also you will see that we have from address to address, and here we are writing it as an endorsement for a watch company. So we have put up attention as per the discussion that has been previously taken place for the endorsement of a new design of the watch, and we are pleased to know about further work that has to be carried out. So that is called as the endorsement letter, where a person is going to promote our product. So there will be an agreement between the two people, and we can request them or we can send a information that when we can start the project. And here it is there that this endorsement period is for a certain duration. After that it will require a renewal. So this all is called as the endorsement letter. Next, coming to the letter of notification. So now when do we go in for the notification letter? So a letter of notification is sent to inform the recipient of important information. So there are many scenarios where there is this is commonly used, including informing somebody that a lawsuit has been filed against them, or a landlord that you are planning to move out, or letting various entities to know that you are legally changed your name. So these are all going to be a notification letter. So now we will see what are the format. So here I am addressing a person. So I am giving an official 2 weeks notification that I am going to move out of my rental place. So as per our agreement, there we are like agreement that I expect that security deposited will be refunded to me. So this is also a sort of notification. So when you shift your house and you want to give a written communication to your owner, so you give a notification letter. Next is a resolution letter. Now, when do you give the resolution letter? Then when there is a decisions to be taken or ultimate what do you call, resolution letters are taken when there's a certain set of instructions to be carried out, when there was a board of meeting and certain thing has been resolved, they want to tell it to the whole of the company, then there's a resolution letter. So this is the format of the resolution letter. So it has been discussed in the board of meeting by the board of directors that this and this person has to be promoted, or this will be the increment in the salary, or whatever is there. When it has been taken a resolution in the board of meeting, then we give a resolution letter. Hope you have understood it, and if you have any clarifications, we can raise your queries so that it can be clarified. If you have not understood any part of it, you can ask so that it will be clarified.